Hey there guys, what's going on? Wolfbeard here. Today I'm going to be showcasing the Demon's Great Hammer. It's a strength weapon. You get it from Dino and Twilly in the very beginning in Things Betwixt. You can get it by either dropping a petrified something or by using a smooth and silky stone, and I actually got one using a small smooth and silky stone, which I didn't think you could. It's a strength weapon. You need 50 strength to one-hand it, and I think it's 8 dex. It's an absolute monster. It's really big. It weighs 26 units, I believe. I noticed, kind of wanted to try it, give it a try. I have a little bit of an obsession with strength weapons. Since I tried the Great Club, I've been trying them out a lot, and they're actually very viable in Dark Souls 2 as opposed to the way you could use them in Dark Souls 1, which you'd probably get 9 out of 10 guys couldn't use them in Dark Souls 1. This particular weapon is big, it's bulky, it's kind of hard to see on your screen, and it's kind of sloppy, but it is a very good weapon. It's got a very quick, if you're doing a roll and you come up in your one hand in it, it's got a lightning quick attack. I didn't really take advantage of it much. A lot of my attacks with it were just basically jumping and two-handed. I just really didn't feel like getting parried because it can be parried one-handed. But again, if you're a strength enthusiast and you enjoy using the bigger weapons, you will definitely love this. While it's not my favorite strength weapon, I did enjoy it. I probably wouldn't be using it a lot, just simply because it weighs way too much, and I don't know. I didn't have it, as you'll see here over the next 20 minutes or so. It's really some really sloppy PvP. I didn't do that great with it. I did okay. There was, interestingly enough, I had quite a few fights where, with the Dragon Bros, where they would just run and heal after I'd get them down to no health, and I just shut the fucking game off. Or I'd crystal out, because I don't have time for that. You know, if you want to fucking do that on your own time, but just don't waste my time. I want to have duels. I understand it's part of it, but it's not an invasion. It's a fucking duel on the bridge. You know, have some fucking courtesy instead of healing. If you want to do it, that's fine. Do it when you're getting invaded. Don't do it when you're fucking dueling. That's just a scummy thing to do. So if somebody did that, I just left. Or I'd kick them out of the world. I'd just enter a party chat. Fuck them. That's how I look at it. But, anyways, it's a cool weapon. Not for everybody, I would imagine. I know a lot of people don't like strength weapons. I happen to like them. But one of the problems you will see with this is when you're right there, for instance, when you're facing towards them, it's very hard to see what they're doing because the back of the weapon blocks your view. So you can't see if they're getting ready to cast something, if they're going to pull out a bow. There was an individual that I fought that was using a crossbow, and every time he hit me with it because I couldn't see him using it because the fucking weapon's so big. So, and not to mention that it does weigh 26 units, so if you're looking to stay under a certain weight, like to keep your stamina consumption down, it's very tough to do. I mean, I think I might have had 32 vitality or 34 vitality. This is also, guys, this is a very high soul level. It's a soul level 200. And as I explained in one of my last videos, I kind of like doing the higher soul levels anymore. I don't think from here on out, unless I'm doing a specific fight club, that I'll be back to 150 again. It'll always be my starting point will be 175. That's a jump off. So this is a soul level 200. I believe I do have 50 strength and like 20 dex for it. So I have a Dragon Rider bow. I never pulled it out. And what else? I use the fuck, I can't the name. I don't know. I know the names, and then every time I go to make a video and do commentary, they always fucking slip my mind. Mace the Insolent, I believe. Is that what it's called? Or I don't fucking know. But it's the mace that you can cast spells with, and I have enough. I think I used a cleric template, so I have enough just to use force, and I made it raw. Just, it's not a faith build per se. I'm using Great Combustion, and I was using like that one of the newer pyros that just shoots the pyro out in every direction. It's kind of useless. I actually ended up like 3/4 through the fights. I ended up taking it off. But I would use force if they got too close. I see a lot of people like Utas uses it, and he uses it very well to his advantage. He can get a guard break. I'm not that good with it. It's really just good for catching people off guard. If you're gonna run, they expect you to hit them with this big fucking thing, then you hit them with that mace. So I didn't really use force that much. First couple matches I did, but you're gonna see quite a few losses and some wins here. I tried my best with it. Like I said, I'm not that great with it. I much prefer if I'm gonna use strength weapons. I really enjoy the Great Club. I feel like that's my go-to weapon in the game. That and the Science Halberd, I feel I can excel with those. You're not going to see parrying again and stuff like that. It's really hard to do, especially two-handing it. But anyways, a couple other things that I kind of wanted to talk about. The first being that I was offered a partnership with Freedom Gaming. I was in contact with them. I don't know what to really make of it yet. I haven't decided. I do have the email from them. I'm not sure how it works. I mean, like money-wise, I don't know what goes on. So I'm still waiting, but I probably will end up doing it. It's just that I've been uploading for a little bit over 4 months now, so I'm not sure how the whole monetary process works. I don't want it to where there's a ton of commercials on my page and ads, because that's not what I mean, you guys want to come and you want to watch videos. You don't want to watch ads. If you want that, you'll go watch TV. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I still have to decide, but fuck, the way I look at it, man, if you can get paid something, anything. I mean, I do this for free as is because it's something I enjoy. I love video games. I enjoy the uploading, so if I can get paid for it, why not? You know, I'm not going to be a millionaire. I'll never make a ton of money off it, but it's nice to throw you a couple bucks to do something you love. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing is, I recently got surpassed 100 subs. I'm at like 102 currently as of this video, which is pretty cool. I know to a lot of people, especially a lot of the uploaders, that's not a lot, but to me, 100 subs is a lot. I never thought I would have more than 30, 35 when I started the channel in the middle of April, and I'm already up to 100. I mean, to me, that's pretty cool. There's 100 people that actually are interested in something that I have to say or something that I did. And to be honest, most of my subs, almost all of the subs, all you guys have been very supportive and, you know, very respectful with your comments. There's been no negativity, and if it was something that you guys had to say that you disagreed with, you've done it very respectfully and tastefully, and I appreciate that, and I thank you guys for that. Hopefully I can get it to grow now from 100 to 200, and then maybe 2. You kind of set goals, like my next goal is 200. Then I'd like to get from 2, I'd like to go to 500, and then 500 to 1,000, and then see where it goes from there. I mean, if there's ever a day where I get 1,000, I'll be absolutely thrilled. I'll tell you what, that would be probably one of the fucking coolest things, man. Just to have that many people interested in your stuff. I have a few of my friends on, a few of my live friends and a couple of my buddies on the GameFAQs board have surpassed 1,000. Royal Sentinel, I think he's around 1,600. He worked at it very hard. He's been doing it since Dark Souls 1, and, you know, he started slowly, and he just exploded. You know, his content's very good. His builds are very unique, and he's just an all-around, he's a good dude, man. He helps me out if I ever need any questions answered. He's like my go-to guy. There's also another one of my friends on here, one of my live friends, and also another GameFAQs guy, Zombie Heads. He just surpassed 1,000, and his videos are just outrageous. They are very fun. He's been doing a lot of tutorials, which are very helpful. He's doing it on all the weapons, but he has just he does other than showcases. He has one where I believe it's his 3-year-old daughter actually beat an invader wearing all Havels. It's an awesome video. It has a ton of views. So, you know, I'm really, really glad for those two guys. They worked very hard. They're excellent uploaders, and they're even better guys. So, congratulations to them, and, you know, I hope they get as many as they can get because they definitely deserve it. A few other guys, There's another guy I know. I don't have him on my friends list, but we speak through the GameFAQs message board. Justin Old Gamer. You should check his content out. His is more, he doesn't do a lot of PvP, but what he does do is he'll do a lot of boss fights where he kind of just challenges himself to just go melee, and we know that, you know, melee is kind of a hard thing to do. He won't have summons, anything. He'll have a lot of boss fights, stuff like that. His channel's very interesting, and he's very good at the game, so I recommend checking him out. And I have another friend who is one of my quote-unquote boys on GameFAQs and live, and he's somebody I duel with, and I've brought him up before, Solaco28. His channel, it's a smaller channel. He doesn't upload a lot, but he should start uploading because he's a very, very good player, one of the better players that I've ever played against, and I know for a fact that if he chose to upload, that he would easily get 1,000 subs, much easier than I would, because he's very good. He's entertaining to watch, so, you know, keep an eye out for him too. I have a lot of these guys in my sub thing, and then I have a couple guys that are bigger uploaders, like Red Paint. I'm sure you've seen his channel. He's closing in on like fucking 8,000 subs. I believe it's 2 people that run it, and their shit's hilarious, dude. Just fucking, they're the kings right now of just trolling. So check them out too. So that's it as far as uploading goes. So I don't need to leave a link, because if you go to the front of my channel, you'll see where I have them that you can actually just click and sub. So, you know, as a favor to me and to help those guys even, you know, get them even more publicity, just go do it if you have the time. You know, that'd be cool, and I'm sure they appreciate it. I appreciate it. So that's about it as far as what I really wanted to talk about. So I'm not going to say I'm going to take a break, but what I plan on doing is this upcoming Monday, it's Wednesday, it's September the 3rd, as I'm doing this, I have the Destiny bundle, the PS4, pre-ordered and paid off. I know I've talked about it in previous videos, but as it's coming closer, I mean within 5 days, I'll go to the midnight sale and pick it up. I'm really stoked. I cannot absolutely fucking wait to get my hands on that system and to get my hands on Destiny. A lot of people I know from on my friends list, and a lot of guys on the GameFAQs board I know, are getting a PS4. So I'm thinking of uploading some Destiny stuff. I also have on the way Borderlands. I'll probably do a playthrough that I'll upload, the pre-sequel. I have Lords of the Fallen pre-ordered, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. I'm probably going to get Evolved. Obviously Bloodborne. Now Bloodborne will be, once Bloodborne drops, I'm going to assume that the majority of my time as far as uploading is concerned will be devoted to that. I'm going to try to get content up rather quick. I'm going to try to, obviously I'm not going to be the first one to do it, but, you know, I'd like to get it up early. I mean, the earlier you get it, the more views you get. For example, last week, when the DLC dropped for the old Iron King, I had put a video up of, within the first 2 hours, I ended up fighting the Fume Knight Rame, and I have quite a few views on that. I mean, it's not the best fucking fight, but it was, at the time, there wasn't many people with the upload of the boss fight, and some people wanted to see, you know, what to do against them. It was a solo fight. So I did get quite a few views on that, and I think maybe I even got some subs because of it. So, you know, maybe I'll kind of do some PvE stuff as well. Regarding the DLC, you know, if I had made this video a week ago, I probably would have said not really nasty things, but I would have told you I was disappointed. But the more I played it, and the more I've done the boss fights, I'm starting to kind of warm up to it. If you would ask me to rate it out of 5 last week at this time, I probably would have given it a 2.5. As it stands right now, it's probably a 3 to a 3.5 at least. My problem with the DLC was the artificial difficulty, and that's just something that I felt. It was, you know, it's a term that I feel, it's, you know, it's thrown out there a lot, but to me, at first, when I started playing it, I was like, you know, fuck this, man. all they're doing is just throwing a bunch of fucking enemies. It's like a horde mode that you get in Gears of War, where they're just suffocating you with enemies after enemy after enemy. And it was even more noticeable when you'd be going to a boss fight, like the Smelter Demon 2.0, which was a bullshit fight. I'm still not a fan of that. I think it's lazy on their part, but whatever. You know, I'm sure some people liked it, but I was under the impression last week that it was a lot of just made up shit. You know, when I first fought Rain, I had beaten him finally on my 17th try, and I was like, you know, these guys they're making this bullshit Phantom range. His moveset seems to change every time I'm fighting him, and he's got unlimited stamina. What the fuck's going on with this guy? Whether he buffs or whether he doesn't buff. To me, at first, I thought it was a cheap fight. So, when I beat him, I didn't have any interest in going back and fighting him again. Now, luckily I did. I helped a couple friends out, and the more I did it, the more I started getting used to his patterns. And I actually took this character here and nearly flawlessed him. I think I got hit one time fighting him. So, I'm really starting to come around to that fight. I'm really starting to enjoy the fight now. I don't think it's so much cheap as it is you just have to, you know, be on your toes for that fight, because he's lightning fast for the armor he wears and for how big of a boss he is. His swords will hit you. His greatsword is just unbelievable range on that thing. Some people like to fight him when he buffs. If you guys didn't know this, you can go in dressed in Velstadt's armor, especially his helmet. If you yourself, the host of the game, goes in, he will automatically buff. Some people like to fight him buffed because they say the fight's easier. I don't know about that, but, you know, like I said, I've really warmed up to the fight, and I kind of actually enjoy it now. But the pinnacle of that DLC was the Sir Alone boss fight. That was a throwback. It reminded me of sort of an Artorias type fight from Artorias of the Abyss. I absolutely fucking love that fight. It is so fucking cool, man. He can actually even parry you, which I did not know, but he can. He's a very fun boss. It's kind of like a memory. It's the memory kind of like the giants in Dark Souls 2, how you have the giant memories. It's like that, but you fight him, and he's much more challenging than any of those fucking giants. Great fight. I really enjoyed it. Once you beat him, you get the Bewitched Alone sword, which is his katana. It's a very long katana that you can self-buff. You stab his seppuku. I don't know how the fuck they say it, but it's basically when a samurai kills themselves in battle. It's the honorable way they go out. And he'll actually, if you can fight him with I believe it's sometime at some point under 5 minutes in that fight, he will actually do it. He will kill himself if you take no damage. So that I thought was awesome. Somebody has a video of it up. I don't have the patience to try it, but yeah. So the Alone fight, very nice. I did enjoy it, but I still can't shake the fact that they did throw a lot of just random mobs at you just for the sake to make things harder, and to kind of, for the lack of enemies that are there, they just stack them on you. So, you know, whatever. The Ivory King will be coming out next month. I'll definitely get it regardless of what I'm playing at the time. I still want to try that. You know, if you're a Souls fan, especially of this one, buy it. It's worth it just for the lore alone. You know, I see a lot of people complaining about it. I mean, it's $10 fucking dollars. Jesus Christ, there's $10, man. If you don't have $10, I don't know. I'm not trying to make fun of your situation, but Jesus Christ, dude. It's $10. That's, you know, you can't buy, or you probably go out and buy 2 packs of cigarettes, and it costs you a lot more than that. They're going to last you for about 3 days. I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so I don't know how long they last, but yeah, I mean, you know, the lore, everything, it's a nice little service to the fans. So if I were you guys and you're on the fence, if you haven't got it yet, just go out and do it. You'll enjoy it. So this is coming to an end. I just wanted to say I appreciate everything. Thank you for the 100 subs. I'm very flattered. Hopefully I can make my channel grow even more. So again, if you guys like the video, enjoy it, please leave me a like, and if you haven't subbed already, that'd be awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this last fight, and here's my stats, guys. I'm out. I'll see you later.